ICE just arrested another TikTok influencer while she was live streaming in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but I just need you to back up to some of this other stuff now. Come on, man.
I'm referring to Tatiana Martinez, who is a Colombian citizen who was illegally in the United States living in Los Angeles. She gained her following by always disclosing where ICE raids were happening and began to dox ICE agents. And many of her content was filled with these slurs towards ICE agents, encouraging all of her viewers to not only confront ICE agents, but even on occasion to incite violence towards them. And what no left-wing media outlet is telling you is what led up to her being arrested and ultimately dragged out of her Tesla.
Espérate, me voy a dejar, pero espérate. Espérate, me voy a dejar, pero espérate. Espérate, me voy a dejar, pero espérate. Espérate, me voy a dejar, pero espérate.
While she was live streaming, she was mocking, making fun of the ICE agents that were chasing her. When she finally got confronted in that little garage style structure, she began to cry wolf, saying that I'm going to go out freely. Just let me do what I got to do. When you're about to be arrested, they don't care what you want to do. They don't care that you want to end your life. What this story proves is that what goes around comes around. So many of these influencers and so many people that are doxing ICE agents and inciting violence to people that are simply trying to make this country a better place for U.S. citizens are getting exactly what they deserve. She is now not only being detained, but ultimately, allegedly, she is going to be deported back to her home country, and I couldn't be happier.
This TikToker, Tatiana Martinez, was just taken into custody in downtown Los Angeles by ICE. So this is the last TikTok video she posted inside of her Tesla. And this is her in that same Tesla being questioned and later taken into custody by ICE. So apparently she is not in the country illegally, and she grew her TikTok to 30,000 people. One of the videos that she would often post, or style of video that she would often post, are basically telling people, protesters and other people alike, where ICE agents would be so that they can confront them. That's probably not a good idea, and they were able to locate her, and she is in custody at the moment. I don't think people understand you can get in pretty big trouble for some of the things that you're posting, especially if you're posting your location and what you're doing. They really think that people aren't going to see these things. I remember back in the day, you wouldn't even think of saying some things online that people are comfortable saying. I'm going to go out there and find this person and do bad things, or saying where people are. You can't do that. It's going to catch up with you.
They say actions have consequences, and it seems like MAGA is having a field day with this TikToker influencer, Tatiana Martinez. Whatever status she is at, of course, she really messed up. Let's be honest, if someone knows that they do not have the correct papers and they are processing the papers, or there's something that is cooking, they need to be careful. But hey, life is all about risk, and maybe Tatiana here was a risk taker and she decided to go that path. Maybe she used even that Darien Gap, the famous route that they take from South America to North America. Maybe she did all that and found herself into America. She kept the grind. She did her TikTok thing and she popped up, even to a point where she got money and bought a Tesla and she started living life. I mean, that is part of the risk. Maybe it became so sweet to a point where it became poison, and this same poison that was sweet once before now has gotten her into problems. The fact that she was involved in doxing, we all know that is like a crime, not only in the United States but everywhere in the world. Like giving out someone's address or personal details, that is a crime. But just because it's ICE, people would feel like that is not a crime. ICE are assholes. The people that the ICE agents are seeking needs to be informed that ICE are coming in today. Get out of there, be on your hideouts. Like, let's play cat and mouse games. And I understand why ICE agents were furious about this whole issue, and I'm sure they were not there because of her. They just noticed that she was filming, and I don't think we'd say secretly filming, because she appeared to be publicly filming and just wanted the drama and the juice of it. So many of these speakers from the MAGA side say that she was throwing vulgar language towards the ICE agents, and that maybe is uncalled for. But hey, I'm gonna urge you to stick around. And also, that is not my final thoughts on this. I'm gonna give my detailed opinions later in the video, so stick around and let's continue listening.
Friends, I have a story that came out a couple of days ago, but I do want to shine some light on this. Immigrants' right TikToker Tatiana Martinez was violently dragged out of her Tesla while filming what ICE was doing. They dragged her out of her car, threw her on the ground, literally, all because she dared to use her platform to expose these raids. She wasn't committing a crime, she wasn't a threat. Her only so-called crime was telling the truth. And ICE's response was pure intimidation. Silence her voice and make an example out of her. But here's what's so fucking funny. When ICE was busy brutalizing her, someone towed their vehicle during the process. Yes, ICE's car got towed away right in the middle of the process. That's karma in real time. Now let's be clear. What happened to Tatiana is deadly serious. It's retaliation and a warning to whoever speaks out against ICE. But the sight of ICE losing their own car in the middle of their fucking power trip, that's a reminder they don't get the last word, and the world is watching.
Tatiana Martinez is an influencer. She was arrested by ICE yesterday. Okay, what I know is that she was recording a live TikTok video. Okay, and at that time, she was arrested by ICE officers. Let me tell you something. So be careful what you guys doing out there, especially with federal levels. A lot of people, sometimes don't take these things seriously, but we need to respect our government, especially our federal levels, state and local, to prevent any issues. Another thing is that I did this video in Spanish telling my Hispanic community, just be careful what you guys doing out there, because as Tatiana Martinez, she's a great example that any person who is doing things that the government is not really, I would say, comfortable, so could face legal consequences, especially with conspiracy. So that's what all about it. And let me tell you something before I go. My name is Jenny Valencia, and I'm here to share content with respect, dignity, and honesty with my Hispanic community, and also with my people who is in America, or maybe it's not in America, it's live out of America, but they speak English.
New details have came out about the arrest of the influencer Tatiana Martinez. Just in case you don't know who she is, she's a content creator that was recording ICE agents while they were doing their raids, and she was trying to zoom in, get some names, and help out the Latino community. And at first, when she was arrested, everybody thought, including myself, that she was arrested because she was pretty much exposing ICE agents / border patrols in their operations. And you already know they don't like to be recorded. They get very pissed. And just in case you forgot, pretty much she was pulled out of her vehicle and she was dragged. Literally. And then to the floor she went. This took place in Los Angeles. ICE agents just posted a statement saying that Tatiana is a criminal and illegal from Colombia who was convicted of a DUI while she was in California. They also stated that she came into the United States in 2020 by the Biden administration. And this is why the main reason why they went after her, because she was a criminal. But I'm pretty sure the recording had a lot to do with it as well.
Tatiana, come to the front, please. Did you really believe that you was gonna expose these ICE agents, give out all their personal information, and get away with it? These are federal agents. Just as you have access to their information, they have way more access to yours. You can't come to somebody else's country and tell them how to run it. You definitely can't come to somebody else's country and encourage people to attack, stalk, and harass federal agents for trying to do their job. Your actions are the reasons why they are trying to deport these criminals. You are a criminal. Do you see how fast you got located? These agents are not playing with you. And I know you thought you was untouchable and wouldn't be found so fast. However, if it's one thing these federal agents are known for, it's definitely tracking somebody down and finding them. Tatiana, escúchame. No juegas con agentes federales. Ya tú sabes.
If Tatiana Martinez comes from Colombia and she's illegal here, and she brings a platform here on TikTok of 40-something thousand people who will rally for her so they can hurt ICE agents, which ICE agents are part of the law here of this country. Is she breaking the law or she's not breaking the law? What do you think was going to happen to you, Tatiana? They're going to give you a prize? You're going to be that hero hurting ICE agents, helping people hurt ICE agents, and you're here illegal yourself? If y'all gonna come to this country and think that you're gonna be the criminals that you are in your country, you're gonna do the same thing over here, it's not gonna happen. You will always lose. The United States always wins. If I, as an American, have to follow the law so I don't have to get separated from my family, so I don't have to go to jail, so I don't have to pay restitution fees and probation and everything else, who the are you? You ain't special. You will pay the same shit or even worse because you're not even from this country, so they'll deport you. So if you think that you're going to get away with the shit that you used to get away with in your country, and this is going to be your other second Colombia or your second whatever country is, it's not going to be. Okay? So just follow the rules. Get your ass in line. Get in line, y'all.
Hey, Tatiana, bring that ass to the front. Did you really think that ICE agents and the federal government was just going to allow you to spew your hatred and obstruct ICE agents by doxing them? No, you should have known better. I mean, because if there's anything you should know about ICE, is they are great at tracking people. They are great at tracking criminals. You know, that's what you are. How does it feel now to have your 3 hots in a cot? Now, you got a one-way ticket to Alligator Alcatraz. And you can tell us all how the ride is. And let this be a lesson to all of you who want to try to put ICE agents in harm's way by trying to out their personal information and get them harmed. That is a crime. You're committing a crime. And unlike the last 4 years of the Biden administration, this administration is big on law and order. And I'm going to put it point blank plain. We ain't having that shit.
Tatiana Martinez, an illegal alien from Colombia residing in Los Angeles who built a career on social media by doxing ICE agents and urging her followers to harass and impede them, has been arrested during a live stream in her Tesla. Not surprisingly, Miss Martinez made quite a scene, screamed something in Spanish, and forcibly resisted arrest by federal agents. Moreover, her wig apparently flew off while ICE officers wrestled her to the ground, compounding the embarrassment and humiliation. Ms. Martinez will almost surely be deported, and her efforts to impede and harass ICE officers and then resist arrest may lead to criminal charges as well. No word yet on whether the wig will go with her or be permitted to remain in the United States, perhaps in a museum somewhere.
Look, after listening to both camps, we're gonna try to come up with something. This is a difficult one to defend because, oh my gosh, there is a lot of things that she did wrong. I understand why she was doing. I think her main aim was to expose the abuse of ICE when they come and detain or arrest someone. Of course, they would use some sort of force, especially if the other party is in shock or doesn't want to be arrested, just the reaction on ground. And most of the time these agents would use excessive force, and I'm sure that is what she wanted to do. But then again, she added extra, when you want to be unique, you have to do something extra or something that no one else does. I'm sure sharing her hate or hate sentiments on social media is what actually pissed off the ICE agents. I know she was on the radar, being on site when they were doing their things, and her recording and obviously being obnoxiously loud and being heard. They would have come to her and arrest her. If she had gotten her things right, I'm really disappointed in Tatiana, honestly. She should have gotten her papers right and then involved herself in this, because that would really have helped. The audacity to go into the streets and follow ICE agents, you knowing that deep down you're having some blemish in your name. I've heard she did have DUI, driving under influence. She is also following ICE agents. God damn, what a bad combination. Even if ICE agents didn't know who she was and they asked for ID, then they ran her name in the system, they would definitely know that she was once charged with that. And that is what ICE is looking for. Criminals. I'm not saying she's a criminal. I don't know how to categorize DUI. Is it a criminal offense, or is it just something that they give you a slap in the wrist? But I know somehow it's close to dangerous, because if you're driving under influence, you might end up killing or just causing accidents to other road users. They say if you're on the path to citizenship, your name has to be clean. You do not have to commit things like this. Maybe some sort of misdemeanors, but something that would be categorized as maybe a crime, also committing a felony. Things like those can take you out of the path to get citizenship. Tatiana, having known all of that and going to the street, even what I was saying or considering it as part of the risk, oh, that is some stupid risk. When you are trading or you're gambling and the odds of gaining is so much more, but the risk is so big, but you end up doing anyways, and you put a lot of stake in it and it ends up failing, it hurts you in the inside, but you have no one to blame because it's you who made that choice. Look, I don't know how I can defend Tatiana, man. I mean, I give MAGA, they have had a field day, but because it's a developing story, I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see how or when she would be charged, what she would be charged for, and would she be deported for that, or would she just be given a warning, or would she even end up in a prison? It's gonna be an interesting one still. At this point now, I leave this forum to you guys to share your opinions and thoughts. Don't be shy. Your opinions would really give an insight to this matter, and my comment section is always open. Also, don't forget to go and check the original creators. Their usernames have been embedded in the stage videos as always. Go there, follow, like. For this channel, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button, consider subscribing, turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next upload. And with that guys, let me meet you in the next one. Peace out.